and I put my eyes to the sky.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Daniel is in the house on this morning. We are here after the 2024 presidential election. I'm in my professional looking clothes because today I'm going to be talking about the presidency and politics, so I want to look professional while I do it. I don't even know where to begin because it's a lot of discrepancy with this. Okay, first of all, let me just say this. I typically don't get on here and talk about politics and parties and people who I choose to vote for and stuff like that. I don't do that because I don't like to bring forth division, you know what I'm saying, in my videos. But however, today I have time.
But today I have time. I am Zen White.
As you all have probably known, if you did not watch my previous video, the podcast, I had made it very clear that I voted for Kamala Harris. For all the Republicans and everybody who's not a Democrat out there, for all of y'all out there, please just know that what I'm about to say and the evidence I have to back up what I'm about to say is not coming from a place of sore loserness. It's not coming from a place of like, oh man, I wish Kamala Harris won. How did Trump win? Like, it's not coming from that place. So keep that in mind throughout this video. So I don't want y'all to be like, oh, you just mad Kamala Harris won. No. This is coming from a place of like, I see this stuff online and on social media. I have yet to see it in the actual like news. Like, I have yet to see it on Fox News. I have yet to see it on CNN or whatever. Like, this stuff I'm about to tell y'all, I'm bringing it up to put it out there, to bring more awareness to it, because I have yet to see major news outlets talk about this stuff. In 2016, now mind y'all, I just turned 19 a few days ago. I registered to vote this year because I was old enough, and at my school earlier, like I think it was April 23rd, 2024. That was the day I registered to vote. For those of y'all who don't know, my high school is a magnet high school, but it's more of a, the magnet program is law. My high school is a law school. So we're really heavy into politics and into stuff like that. I'm not in high school anymore, I graduated. But we had a voting registration sign up. So it was a day where all the 12th graders, we went to the lecture hall on the third story of building 21, and they had the voting people out there, and you could, you know, put your information down, put your political party, and you got your voting registration card in the mail a few days later. That's how I registered to vote at my school. So this was my first time voting. I'm a first-time voter, and I voted for Kamala Harris, and I voted for her because of her policies. And I also voted for her because she is a colored woman. I know a lot of people like to say that, oh, you only voting for Kamala because she's a woman, because she's a black woman, because she's an Asian woman. No. Well, yeah, that is part of the reason why I voted for her. I'm just like, listen, we can make history by having a colored woman in office. But I also voted for her because she was a prosecutor. She knows the game. She has the information. She has the knowledge and skills. And her policies were aligned with what I believe. So for me personally, she was the better candidate. However, Kamala Harris, now I had a lot of faith that Kamala Harris was going to win. I just knew that she was going to win. I was watching the election live like at 12 midnight, 3 a.m. And it's suspicious how we all woke up at 3 a.m. Anyway, I was watching the election live and seeing Trump lead. I was like, okay, normally this always happens. It's called the red margin or Marge or something like that. Mirage, I think is what it's called. And then after that, the blue shift comes. So I'm watching the election while sitting on the toilet, and I'm just like, Shift, where you at? Because, girl, we don't see you. Shift, where's you at? Where's you at? And she never came. And Trump won the election. Now, back in 2016, I wasn't able to vote because I wasn't old enough. But when Trump won, I wasn't how I feel today. And I wasn't how a lot of Democrats feel today. And I'm going to get into that in a few. But back in 2016, I'm not a sore loser. If I lose or if I support something that loses, I'm not going to like throw a temper tantrum. I'm not going to like do what I'm about to do today. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be like, okay, you know, we lost. You win some, you lose some. All right. So back in 2016, when Trump became president, I was like, okay, he became president. You know, he won that fair and square. But something about this election, something about this election did not only not sit right with me, but a lot of people. I truly wholeheartedly believe that, and like I said, I'm going to continue to state this throughout this video so y'all really understand. I'm not coming from a place of sore loserness. I can accept the fact when we lose and when I lose. But for right now, I'm just spreading the word and I'm spreading how I feel. This election does not sit right with me. And the reason why I say that is because I wholeheartedly believe and I feel like Trump or somebody on Trump's team or a lot of people in Trump's team, there was voter fraud. There was voter interference involved in this election. And I'm explaining to y'all why. And I have evidence. I have the receipts on TikTok. And I can't insert the video because some TikTok videos you can't download. So I couldn't download this video, but I do have a screenshot. As the election was going on, I was scrolling through TikTok and my TikTok feed, what is it called? For You page? FYP was just filled with people complaining and people like just losing their minds that Trump won. And it was funny because a lot of people was being funny, but I saw this one particular video. And in Pennsylvania, there were long lines of polling at the polling station in Pennsylvania as a judge in Pennsylvania declines extension requests. And that got me to think, and the reason why this happened is because a lot of people's votes, believe it or not, in states as such as Georgia, Pennsylvania, and a few other southern states that normally would be blue, somehow just magically seem to be red this election. I don't know. A lot of people's votes were not casted, and for some reason it was a mix-up, and there were more videos on TikTok explaining how some of the systems was not working with. I'm just like, wow, how convenient. I saw another TikTok video, and I think I can insert that one because did I save it? I think I saved it, but I'm gonna insert it or insert the screenshot of a poll box being set on fire.
By now, you've probably seen this video capturing the moments after ballot drop boxes in Oregon and Washington were apparently intentionally set on fire. Hundreds of ballots were damaged in Washington. In Oregon, only about 3 because that box had an internal system to extinguish the fire. And this isn't the only thing that has happened over the last few days. In Colorado, a dozen voters had their ballots stolen and fraudulently filled out. Signature verifying technology was able to catch most of those ballots, but whoever filled them out fraudulently hasn't been found yet.
There's another video of this lady. She lives in Georgia, and she shows she shows you how in some cities the votes that they put in at the box or either at the voting polls were not even transferred into the system. Some votes were not even casted into the system in southern states that would typically be blue, but for some reason was red.
So let's just look at Fulton County. Only one precinct in Fulton County is fully reported. The rest are partially reported. So you can look, partially reported. All these precincts partially reported. Yet Georgia was called for Trump. Now, let's take where I live, which is in Forsyth County, which is overwhelmingly Trump. All precincts reported. Let's check Gwinnett County. All precincts reported. Yet the precinct in Georgia that could have possibly flipped Georgia blue not only has not been reported completely, they made sure to come out and say, oh, it doesn't matter. He already won our electoral votes, even though the final electoral vote count isn't until December. And you can go to enhancedvoting.com. It's even on Google's, you can look on Google's election map.
And that got me to do even more research. I have a video to show y'all, and I'm pretty sure I inserted some other videos, but I have a video to show y'all right here. Listen to this right here. Listen.
The day before Trump made those remarks on Friday. On Friday, he said, you're never going to have to vote again after you vote for me this one time. The day before that, on Thursday last week, he didn't say that people wouldn't have to vote anymore once he was elected this November. No, the day before that, on Thursday, he told his supporters, not that they're not going to have to vote again, but that they don't have to vote this time. That they don't need to vote for him this November.
My instruction, we don't need the votes. I have so many votes.
My instruction, we don't need the votes. I have so many votes. He said that on Thursday last week. And it turns out this is something, when you look, he says this all the time now. Watch.
My instruction, we don't need the votes. I have so many votes.
We don't need votes. I tell my people, I don't need any votes. We got all the votes we need. I don't need votes. We don't need votes. We got more votes than anybody's ever had. You don't have to vote. Don't worry about voting. The voting, we got plenty of votes.
Don't worry about voting. Of all the weirdness around this campaign, this is a truly strange thing to tell people, right?
Now, if you go, listen, I am the master at cheating. In high school, I shouldn't really be saying too much, but in high school, I was the master of cheating on tests. There was one time where I was in math class. I was sitting right next to literally my math teacher was sitting right here at her desk. I was sitting in the back of the classroom taking a test that I had missed one day, me and a few other people. She was sitting right next to me, and she kept looking my direction, looking everywhere, and she was looking at her computer. I literally had my phone right next to me, cheating on the test, and she literally said everybody's phone had to be in the front of the classroom. And it was only 4 of us at the time taking the test because we had missed a day of school, 4 of us, so we had to redo the test the next day. And it was only 4 of us. The other 3 people put their phone up there. I didn't. I had my phone right here, and she looked at me multiple times and didn't even notice, and I got an A on the test. So I say that to say I am the emperor of cheating. If you gonna cheat, at least cheat right. At least don't make it obvious that you cheating. Like, how you gonna cheat and make it obvious that you cheating? How you gonna say that the people don't need to vote for you because you sure that you gonna win? How you gonna tell people, gonna tell people, oh, we have a secret?
And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over.
Trump, like, how you cheating and making it obvious that you cheating? If you gonna cheat, be quiet. And then on top of that, how you just gonna cheat and make it so obvious by these voting elections and all these boxes burning? And then all of a sudden, Russia come out of nowhere and say that they're gonna bomb the... It's not funny. It really is not funny. How Russia all of a sudden will come out and say they're gonna bomb the poll offices to prevent people from revoting.
We are aware that there have been threats made not just here in Arizona, but Georgia, Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin as to bomb threats in Arizona. The threats pertained to 4 specific locations in Navajo County only. These are unsubstantiated threats. We have no reason to believe that any of our voters or any of our polling places are in any sort of jeopardy. I was briefed just moments ago by my security team and some folks.
Now, last time I checked, wasn't Trump and Vladimir Putin like besties? So did you like call your bestie and tell him to do that? Do y'all see where I'm going with this? All these conspiracy theories and evidence that I have gathered. Do y'all see where I am going with this? And I'm going to say it again. I'm not coming from a place of sore losiness. I can accept the fact if Kamala Harris genuinely lost. But she didn't. There is too many discrepancies in this election for me to just sit here and be quiet. I'm going to spread this information. So if y'all see this video, I want you to spread this information too. Because for some reason, not a lot of major news outlets are covering this at the moment. So I'm going to cover it. I'm going to be the major news outlet. And people kill me when they say, how you going to get your information from TikTok? If it's not on the major news, you can't believe it. Nigga, this ain't on the major news. So I have no other choice but to believe this from TikTok because it ain't on the major news. And I find that real suspicious that the major news has not covered this yet. real suspicious. All of my friends right now are like, why? Like, a few of my friends have told me, like, Daniel, it's over. Like, why do you keep saying that it's not over? I'm saying it's not over because it's not over. I'm telling y'all something. Like, I watched this one video, and I think I have the comments on here. I'm gonna put the picture right here. It was this one video I was watching. So many people were like, this election does not feel right. Something is about to happen. And I'm telling y'all, something is about to happen. I can feel it in my soul. It's just a gut feeling I have.
Okay, so call me a conspiracist. I don't give a fuck. But y'all, listen to me, okay? Something don't feel right in my spirit about this. Something don't feel right in my spirit. And y'all know I love astrology. I study it on my own time. I do readings for it, all that stuff. And we know, we trust I have a lot of trusted astrologers that I follow closely and that I learn from. And so many of them, I don't even know if I can say so many of them, all of them, to be honest, have all said the same fucking thing. According to their charts, according to the chart of the election, one, this election was not going to go any way that we've ever seen an election go before. Okay, that's one. I remember hearing that so vividly when Kamala was first announced as the Democratic nominee. Two, Kamala was gonna win. We don't know how she was gonna win, but she was going to fucking pull through. I know y'all seen those videos too. And I'm getting all these videos about the next step after Trump's been announced as the winner, right? And how people are saying that they have to finish counting because they have not fucking finished counting. He may be projected to win the popular vote, but they have not finished fucking counting. And how do we know we're not still in the red mirage? Okay, that's where my conspiracists... Okay, listen. How do we know we're not still in the red mirage right now, right? Because they have not finished fucking counting because bitches was still in them lines. 12-1. They was still in them lines, y'all. I don't know. But until they finish counting, I don't. Look, if he won, he won. We just gonna have to deal with it. We just gonna have to fucking suffer. But something do not feel right in my soul. And I've been seeing comments and I've been seeing people, something don't feel right in y'all soul too. This our intuition. So, my law of assumption girlies, be with me. Help us. We have to get this bitch in office. We gotta get Big Sister General in office because this is ludicrous.
There's one video that made me cry. I'm gonna put it right here. That song get me every time, but that's the only video that made me cry about this election. And then when Kamala Harris, and so many people even said that too. So many people said that Kamala Harris's conceded speech, where she basically, admits that she lost, that speech, her speech literally did not feel like we lost. Her speech gave very much, y'all see it, I see it, we both see it, we see each other, I know it, you know it, her speech gave very much like, I'm going to do this because I have to do this and be professional on the outside, but on the inside, trust and believe. And I know y'all know, and I know that we investigate in this election. And people need to get this right. Trump is not the president. Trump is the president-elect. At the moment, Joe Biden, by law, is still the president. Trump will not or might not become the president until the inauguration, which is on January 7th or 5th. The inauguration ceremony. It's in January. I think it's the 5th or 7th, whenever. That's when Trump will become the president. But at the moment, Trump is not the president. Trump is the president-elect. Which means if something happens from here to now concerning, criminal cases or discrepancies that have been investigated and have been found in this election, voting interference, which it seems like, because I'm going to make these few last points. I just thought of something. For all of y'all who voted independent, y'all do realize those votes go to Trump, right? Because it was a lot more people this election who voted independent and voted for that lady. Y'all do realize it was just exposed, and I have the screenshot because I can't save the video, but I have the screenshot of the video. And in that video, it was talking about how so many people voted independent, but y'all have to realize those independent votes are counted for as Trump votes. So y'all independent people, y'all thought y'all voted independent. No, y'all voted for Trump. And I've been seeing a couple of TikToks. I don't know how true this is. Now, the stuff I stated before, that's true because it was actual evidence and stuff like that. But this time, I don't know if this is true. But I have been seeing a couple of TikToks this morning stating how they're actually about to do a recount and investigate and stuff. So if that's true, I literally just saw a TikTok where Iowa, something about Iowa and how Kamala Harris would have warned of something about Iowa.
Now, all of this comes as a new Des Moines Register poll came out last night, a shock poll showing Harris beating Trump by 3 points in Iowa, normally a red state. That sent shockwaves across the political spectrum.
It's a lot of discrepancies in this election. I'm telling y'all, and I'm telling all my friends too, because they was telling me like, Daniel, why do you keep saying this election is over? I'm telling y'all right now, this election, something ain't right about it, and something is going to be exposed, some truth, something is about to happen. And I saw another TikTok where the judge and somewhere he was at, or the judge, a judge was about to convict Trump of some type of crime or something.
The judge just issued a ruling on gag order violations, finding Trump in contempt.
They are threatening to throw the Republican nominee for president in jail for talking, Harris.
And you know what? That's another thing. Y'all want to sit here and talk about Kamala Harris and how she this and that. I don't understand. And I'm speaking directly to the government right now. Was Trump not a convicted felon? Was Trump not impeached twice? How is he still running for president? I'm confused about that too. Because if you apply to have a job under a business or a corporation, they literally have a box that asks you, have you been convicted of crimes, or are you currently in an investigation? It asks you stuff like that when you get a job in like businesses or major corporations or FBI or whatever. It asks you that question. And if you do, and they find that out, you will be fired or you won't get the job. So they apply that law for major businesses and corporations. But when it comes to being the president of the United States, you can be impeached twice and be a convicted felon of crimes, and you can still run and win. Government, what's wrong with you? My last point that I want to get to, and like I said, this is not coming from a place of sore losiness. It's just coming from a place of I'm spreading the information. I'm spreading the word because it seems like major businesses won't. Not major businesses, major news outlets won't. So I'll be the one to spread it. If the government and everybody on this earth, in this country, decides to just sweep everything that I just said under the rug, all these poll boxes being burned, Elon Musk paying people $1 million to vote for Trump, Russia conveniently threatening to bomb poll offices for people trying to revote, Trump's clearly stating he got secrets and telling people they ain't got to vote because he going to win, and it clearly happened, and something suspicious. Kamala Harris leading in all these southern states, and somehow Trump just magically jumped above her in the last minute. This voting election ending so early and so quickly and abruptly. The technology and softwares just magically can't count the votes. People votes and ballots not leaving the poll offices, and their ballots getting burnt and misplaced and stolen. If the government decides to just sweep all of this under the bed and lay on top of the bed, and Trump becomes the president of the United States from 2024 until 2028, this is what I have to tell y'all niggas who voted for him. So I have a screenshot of some of Trump's policies and his plans. And mind you, it's basically Project 2025. Project 2025 goes for any Republican who wins. And Trump has made it clear that he supports these things. And if y'all want to sit here and be like, Trump said that he doesn't support everything, there's still stuff on here that he clearly just told y'all he supported. So I'm just go ahead and read to y'all some of the stuff that could possibly be passed from here on now if Trump does follow out with this presidency. Number one, he's going to end no-fault divorce. He's going to complete ban of abortions without expectations. He's going to ban contraceptives. I don't know. He's going to additional tax breaks for corporations and the higher taxes for working class. So for the middle class people, he's going to have higher, okay. Oh God, he's going to raise the retirement age. He's going to cut Social Security. So now your 80-year-old grandmama, who I only assume, because you have some older people who can get around, but your 80-year-old grandmama, who can barely physically get around, now has to go out and get a job. Not only that, he's going to cut Medicare. So y'all niggas sitting up here who voted for him, and y'all sitting here living on Medicare, y'all going to have to figure something out. Y'all going to have to figure something out. He's going to end the Affordable Care Act. He's going to raise prescription drug prices. He's going to eliminate the Department of Education. Do y'all know what that means? The financial fundamentation of money towards public schools is going to be cut off. I feel so bad for the generation below me. If Trump follows through with this presidency and the government decides to sweep everything under the rug, I feel so bad for the little kids, because he's going to use public taxpayer money for private religious schools. He's going to teach Christian religious beliefs in public schools. He's going to end free and discounted school lunch programs. He's going to, and this is for all the African Americans that thought it was a good idea to vote for him, because his policies and stuff. Yeah, these the policies y'all seeing, because he's going to end he's going to end civil rights and DEI protections in the government. Not only that, but for the rest of y'all niggas, he's going to ban African American and gender studies in all levels of education. So no more Black History Month learning. No more learning about Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King during Black History Month. In all levels of education. That includes pre-K to college. All levels of education. But it was a good idea because his policies were good. He's going to ban books and curriculum about slavery. Not just in schools and libraries. So you can't go into the library and read a book on slavery. You can't learn about Edna Washington, who was a slave in Georgia. And she had to survive in the Underground Railroad. You can't learn about this stuff no more. But his policies were good. He's going to end climate protections. He's going to increase the Arctic drilling, which is going to increase the climate change. He's going to deregulate big businesses in the oil industry. He's going to promote and expedite capital punishment. He's going to end marriage equality. He's going to condemn single mothers while promoting only traditional families. He's going to defund the FBI and Homeland Security. God be with us. He's going to use the military to break up domestic protests. So no more BLM marches, no more Palestine marches, no more climate change marches, because y'all gonna be shot by a missile by a tank. Mass deportation of immigrants and increase in camps. That means we have to, us as the United States, we have to pay for this. So he's going to increase taxes, so we have to pay for it. He's going to end birthright citizenship. So for all the immigrants who came over here and became a U.S. citizen, no longer is your child who was born in the U.S. considered a naturalized born citizen. Then that child now has to go through a process to become a citizen, even though they were born. He's going to ban Muslims from entering the country. He's going to eliminate federal agencies like the FDA, EPA, NOAA, and more. And he's going to continue to pack the Supreme Court and lower courts with right-wing judges. And not only that, he also said another one. He said he would be a dictator on day one. And he also said another law about something like if anybody opposes his political views, he's going to pass a law to where they have to be punished or something. Y'all niggas voted for this. That's what y'all voted for. And I'm pretty sure he has other policies too, because that's Project 2025. What's his own policies? That's what y'all voted for. That's what y'all wanted. And not only that, in Texas, they literally had signs at the Texas University talking about women are property and no LGBTQIA plus rights and stuff like that. But thank God for them people who fought them back. And then on top of that, it just came out today that 3 states in this country literally has a protection over the LGBTQ plus IA community. So states are already gearing up, being like, listen, Trump, you ain't finna mess with the LGBTQIA plus rights in this state. Y'all didn't want to vote for Kamala. That's what y'all voted for. That right there is what y'all voted for. And that's what's going to happen. And y'all want to talk about the only reason why we voted for Kamala Harris is because she's a woman. Her policy, first of all, yeah, and her policies. But y'all voted for Trump because y'all didn't believe a woman could do it. A colored woman at that could do it. Y'all didn't believe she could lead a country, but y'all believed that a convicted felon who has been impeached twice, which I don't understand how he still could run, y'all voted for that. So all those policies y'all support. And on top of that, y'all support the KKK because the KKK endorsed them, which means y'all support the KKK. So that's what y'all support. You know, let me go ahead and get off this video. I need to go and cook me some. It's early in the morning. I'm finna take this off because it's hot and it kind of itchy, the sweater. I'm finna go either cook me some rice and beans or some guacamole with some kale in it. I'm still on my healthy grind. Y'all keep this country in y'all prayers. Have a great day. God bless you and may God be with America. But it ain't over.
You think you just fell out of a coke? You think you just fell? You think you just fell out of